Hello everybody, this is JuryDutySummons, and I'm getting a bit rusty today, playing the game Rust. If you're a friend of mine, you probably noticed I've been playing quite a bit lately. It's, I finally figured out how to play and the right mood to kind of play it under. If you play it thinking you're going to have, well, if you think of it, you're going to play it as a survival game, you're going to be very disappointed when people raid you. And so, from that point of view, I'm going to show you something a little bit today. I'm going to show you how to build a base that is going to be very difficult for a solo raider to ever raid. And even teams of 2 or 3 are going to have an extremely difficult time. It's going to be extremely resource intensive for them to do so. And that's what you want to do. You want to discourage them by making it too expensive to continue. So anyway, here's how we're going to start. We're going to start with a simple, you can't call it a circle, but a pentagon, octagon, whatever it is. A simple 6-sided shape here using the triangle foundations. I'm out in the river right now, but you don't have to be. I just did that for convenience because it was nice and flat over here. And I have my little starter base over there. You always want to start with a starter base. The trick on this is going to be altitude. So we're going to build walls that go all the way up as high as you can reach. So 3 levels right here. The good news is this base is not super expensive. You can do it as a solo on a vanilla server, although I don't play on vanilla very much lately, but it's not an unreasonable amount of resources. So the trick here is going to be putting in ladder hatches. So we're going to do a frame up there. And so that will stand, and it's not very stable, but it's enough for what we're trying to do. Alright, so now we need to build some ladder hatches. It's one of the default blueprints, so you don't have to be on the server very long to get it done. So we're going to, I don't want to build 18, I want to build 2. That'll be enough to get started for now. Oh, sorry about that. Little video was lost. All I really did here is I upgraded this to stone, and added ladder hatches, of course. Ladder hatches are good, and then I added some key code locks. So key code locks and ladder hatches are the way you want to go. The key locks for some servers don't work, and I'm not sure why, but the key code locks work pretty well. Anyway, so what you have here is that this is too high, and it's too high. It's going to be way too high for people to jump up. So they bust in the doors, they bust in through multiple layers of walls, and they get to this point, and then they're stuck. They can't go any further. So they've wasted the materials, and they can't get to your loot. And so that's what you want to happen, ideally. In order to get this to be in reach, you need to have something to stand on. This is a little big. You could be as small as a large chest, which is my preference, actually. I like a small chest or large chest because then you can use this as your home point, and you can dump stuff off and get back into the field really quick. Or you can, home back, grab the explosives, TP back to the raid or whatever you're trying to do. But in any event, this is totally doable. Oh, I hear something out there? I don't know. Anyway, this is totally doable on a normal server. This is not a ton of resources. It's a bit. You'll want to build a regular, like a kind of a shack, like I have over there, just a 2x2 shack. This phase of it doesn't take too much to get started. And up here, you can even get. That messes things up just a bit. That's the problem with ladder hatches. They're a little bit quirky sometimes. They'll screw you up a bit. You can make it a little easier on yourself if you build low-hanging walls, and that'll also make it a little tougher for them to even try to, basically impossible for them to try to boost up. So anyway, you can do floor triangles out. Oh, there we go. And there we go. This will be. Oh, there's a pig over there. So you can just have this as your base. There are some problems with doing it this way, is that you are a little bit vulnerable to someone who's willing to spend the C4 to blow up your foundation. Because all they have to do is start blowing down your foundation, and some of these stones will start to fall down, some of these walls. It's not a huge deal, but it's going to take them quite a bit of C4. It's going to take them either 2 or 3 for each one. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, they're going to spend a lot of C4 just to blow up your base here, and that's not usually what people want to do. So to get any bigger of an area, like you could set up, like for instance, let's say a couple of windows. running this shop here. Gosh, so shoddy. Okay. Throw a couple windows up, and then a couple of walls. So we're not. Oh my gosh! How did I even keep doing that? There we go. And then we'll go back to a couple of windows, a couple of walls. Okay, and there we go. This actually gives you a fair amount of space to play with. We can do a floor triangle right there. And there you go. And now we have a pretty good area. You could put some chests up along these walls, some furnaces. And this is I had a base like this for quite a while, and it worked out pretty successfully. You can see that's a rad town over there. So this is a good place. This is pretty defensible. Yeah, there's no roof on it right now, but unless you have issues with raiders, then it shouldn't be an issue. You'll want a building cabinets up here as well. One way to expand this, so this might be like phase 1 of the build. You get all this to stone. The next step, what you'll want to do is you'll want to start honeycombing the base. A base like this is still a small enough target that it's tempting for a raider. They'll think that they can get in and get up some ladders. So to make it a little less tempting, you're going to want to start doing some honeycombing. So we'll do triangle foundations to start. Come on. Yeah, these foundations are a little quirky sometimes. So in addition to just so you would do walls all the way up to the same height. So in addition to providing another layer of defense, you're actually going to provide multiple layers of defense here. So if we look at like that, if they try to bust in from the outside, they'll have to go through 2 layers, and that's exactly what we're trying to do here. In addition to that, you're actually providing more stability, so you can extend the top of your base out even a little further. Oh God, what's going on? I don't know what was going on over there, but I don't like it. Let's just stop that right now. Alright, anyway. They're mating or they're fighting. It's hard to tell sometimes. And so you can take this honeycombing out to an extreme, really. This is just one layer of honeycombing, which means they take some, I want to say 6 C4 to get to the middle area and find out they've made a horrible mistake. Or is it 9 C4? I can't remember offhand. For some reason, it's either 6 or 9. I don't remember. God, what are you even questioning before? Gosh. Oh yeah, we're good. No, that's perfect. That's where we want to be. And then we want to... Oh, you know what? That's a mistake now I think about it. Well, anyway, a lot of modded servers have a command called up, which allows you to upgrade the whole base at once. And so, the mistake I've made here is that there's no way to get to these to upgrade them from the inside, so I'll have to just destroy them and rebuild them. That's pretty dumb of me, I guess, isn't it? There we go. So, yeah, so you kind of see the idea we're trying to do here. This is just to make your base more durable, harder to raid. They could still go through and blow up your foundations to get to the loot, but now you're talking about a much bigger investment. And people won't do that, you know. I had a design similar like this on a modded server, and it sustained 3 raids, and the last raid where it finally failed was a situation where they just blew up the entire foundation, and that was it. But before that, they got into the bottom floor, they got all pissed off and blew up some walls, and you know, that was it. Anyway, I hope you guys like. If you guys have any questions or comments, please let me know. if you, I want to do some rating. So I'm looking for some people who are interested in either who have some experience in Rust, or who just want to be part of the video series. And so we'll do some of that later on. It's likely to be in a modded server, or maybe not, depending on what's going on. If you so I decided to wrap up this video with a quick kind of an example of how I finalized, finished up the base a little bit. It can definitely be made bigger. You can extend that honeycombing out. I know somebody who does it 7 layers out, and so it just becomes this huge monstrosity. But it is extremely difficult to write and extremely expensive, and unfortunate. It's great. It's great when they get to the middle and realize they can't get in. So, but for a smaller one-person base, this should do. Especially on a non-PPP server, this little mushroom style is just going to be very difficult for someone to read. Anyway, let me show you some of the final touches. You can see up there, I have put some ladder hatches in. I'll probably want to lock those, of course, but what that gives us is the ability to open up and fire down at people trying to get in. And I got them all around. Up top, I extended the walls out 1, so we got lots of space up there, so we'll take a look. And I also did some upgrading on the outside of the base along this lower level. That's going to be the first layer that anybody goes in through. The rest of the honeycombing is all stone, though, but that's just to slow people down, soak up some C4. The inside here is armor, and that's just so they have to take an extra C4 to get to that point. And it'll resist. A good way to get through honeycombing, of course, is using rockets, and so that'll help resist rockets just a little bit more. Whoopsie daisy! I can't even get my own ladders. There we go. You always want to make sure you close this up after yourself. And there we go. We got lots of space up here. This is the alpha chest. There is another one down at the bottom because of the way these provide building privilege. Is you have to put down the one at the top first, and then the one at the bottom later, to get yourself that full protection. If they do, that is one weakness of the base. If they do get the chest at the bottom, they can build that part of the way. But we can kind of limit some of the damage they can cause by making sure these run on bars, so they can't just build up into it, or jump into it, and make sure these are locked so they can't open them up. Beyond that, these open inwards, so they're not blocking your line of sight, line of fire. It's like, you're dead. I got you. Headshot. Yeah, and so you can put anything you want up here, chests and furnaces and stuff, and so plenty of space for one person. The only thing I haven't really finished yet is a roof. It's just kind of, I think it will work just fine if you just do it this way. You see? Oh yeah, that'll work just fine. What we're worried about is the stability is 9%, so it's kind of at the limit of what the stability can be. So some of this will fall if they start taking out foundation pieces. Let's see here. There we go. Can we go to the mid? Oh, it won't go any farther right. So what you can do, you can put some balls in the middle here. I said middle. Oh my gosh, I keep doing that. This will just provide, just to provide some more stability. You could even lock this off, in fact. That way people who come in, if they somehow get in through the top, they don't have easy access towards the middle. You always want to think about slowing people down when they're in your base, every step of the way. Makes your base more annoying and more effort. There we go. That's working. And there we go. It might even be worthwhile putting another ladder hatch up here. So you can, if you need to go up there, and then you can do half-high walls around the edge and make a nice little defensive platform. I might do that later. Anyway, how you finish it off is up to you, of course. Anyway, if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Talk to you later.